You know what they don't make like they used to anymore? Doors. Back in the day, doors used to be made from solid mahogany, pine, maple. Each one weighed 100 pounds, and oh, when you closed that door, you knew you were closing it. Everybody knew you were closing it because the whole house shook. Unfortunately, times have changed, and now basically every modern home is equipped with hollow core doors. These are made from what is essentially corrugated cardboard sandwiched between two very thin layers of MDF. They weigh like 10 pounds each, they're cheap as chips to make, and now we're all stuck with them. And I hate it. Okay, so obviously I'm being overly dramatic and overly hard on hollow core doors, but there is one thing that I genuinely don't like about them. Because their outer skin is so thin, you can't mount anything to them, which is a real shame because the backside of a door is prime storage real estate. If it's your bathroom door, you could use it to hang a robe or a towel. On the backside of your kitchen pantry door, you might want to hang a spice rack. Or if it's somewhere like my office, you can use it to hang a sound blanket for when you record voiceovers. Okay, maybe that last example is a little bit niche, but you know what I mean. That's a lot of storage space to lose out on. So you can imagine how excited I was when I found a little trick for effectively mounting things to hollow core doors. And in today's video, I'm going to share that trick with you. These are drywall anchors, or I guess depending on where you're located, they might be called something different because drywall is often called different things in different areas. So maybe gypsum anchors or plasterboard anchors, etc., etc. I think you get it. These particular anchors are the metal ones, which are my favorite because they're so big, they offer a lot of pull-out strength and a lot of shear strength. They're also hiding a little secret that they don't tell you about anywhere on the box. These work great in hollow core doors. Now, before you run out and start installing a bunch of drywall plugs in your hollow core door, let me walk you through the installation because it is actually a slightly different application going into a door than it is into conventional drywall or plasterboard or gypsum or whatever you want to say. The first thing you're going to want to do is mark out the locations of your screws. Now personally, before I even get started with the marking, I like to cover my work surface in painter's tape so that I can kind of sketch on it and move things around as necessary. And if I'm doing multiple screws, then a laser level is a great way to make sure they all go in at the same height. The next thing you're going to want to do is grab a drill and a decently sharp set of drill bits. I tell you a specific size, but honestly, the size of these drywall anchors varies in terms of length and width, so it's always best to check beforehand and make sure you're selecting a drill bit specifically for the ones you have. Select a drill bit that is slightly smaller than the widest part of your drywall anchor, excluding this little flange here at the top. Usually what I like to do is to just hold my drill bit in front of the drywall anchor, and then if I can see a little bit of metal poking out on both sides, I know I'm good to go. Next, drill your hole or holes in the hollow core door. Don't be afraid to leave the tape on as it actually might prevent some tear out around the holes. Now grab a screwdriver and carefully tighten down your drywall anchors into the freshly drilled holes. Carefully twist your anchor until it is flush with the surface of the door, and then you're ready to start mounting. Personally, I would avoid using a drill or a driver for this step because it would be really easy to over tighten your anchors. In my case, I'm going to throw some hooks on the back side of my office door and on my bathroom door too. And just like that, I have transformed the dead space on the back of my door into some useful storage space, just in time for the fall weather and my fall wardrobe. Now, word to the wise, one thing you might want to keep in mind when you're doing something like this is to make sure that whatever you're mounting to the door is big enough to cover the flanges of these drywall anchors, as they are quite large. That being said, even these relatively small hook bases were more than enough to cover them, so I think it should be okay. All right, everybody, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I know this video was a little bit of a short one, but hopefully you found it useful. If you did, and you would like to support this channel, the absolute best thing you can do is like, comment, and subscribe if you aren't already. Additionally, there's all sorts of links in the video description. All of them help the channel in some way. If you really like the channel, consider becoming a supporter on Patreon. Patrons get early access to ad-free versions of my videos, bonus content, and they go a long way to keeping my video editor employed too. So, big thank you to all my current Patreon supporters. You guys rock. That's it for me, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.